I've always loved nature, and I've always loved the arts, ever since I was a child. My mother taught me that being grateful for nature and grateful for everything is what's most important. I've found that working in respectful partnership with nature and being receptive and grateful for the unknown offers a powerful gateway into feeling well, to feeling whole. In 1997, I learned about the Thanksgiving address, an ancient Native American practice from the Haudenosaunee. I asked Jake Swamp, a great Mohawk diplomat and chief. I asked him for guidance, and Jake told me to use his people's ancient practice in a way that's authentic for the people who I'm working with, wherever we are. He said, make it your own. This practice gathers people together in the spirit of gratitude for all of the natural world. I've been facilitating gathering and gratitudes ever since the year 2000. And we've had them created on the spot in 5 minutes with several dozen people. We have taken 3-4 hours to create a gathering in gratitude for 100 people. We've had ceremonies and presentations that we've co-created in a week or over 3 months. So it's a very flexible process, and people are involved from young children to teens to adults to elders.
Close your eyes, tilt your face to the sun, tuck your hands into the earth.
And the material that comes up, the characters and the scenes and the visions and the ideas, this material comes to everybody. It comes to the older people, the adults, the young adults, the teens, children, and everybody has a very unique say in what happens. So for many years I've wanted to document this process, to share this with teachers and artists and healers and people who create culture all over the world. And so, in the summer of 2012 at Mahalo Art Center, we had a gathering in gratitude camp.
I've always felt that going out into the woods, out into nature, has had a beneficial impact on me. There's a sort of solace in nature, a solace in the woods. It's comforting, and it makes me feel like I'm not alone.
It's cool, it's peaceful, and it's great to be outside. Even when it's raining, that doesn't really matter either.
Well, now you have to get covered with mud if you're going to
The gathering and gratitude process, it got initiated pure and simple because of being immersed in the Iroquois Thanksgiving address. That's what gathering and gratitude is based on, is a experiential dive into the Thanksgiving address.
According to the teachings of the Law House in the Mohawk Nation, the Thanksgiving address was first instruction given to the first humans in ancient times. The Great Spirit instructed the man and woman to populate the earth with children, and that it would always be their responsibility to thank all life forms that exist on earth. The Great Spirit told them, if you honor the teachings of Thanksgiving, the earth will always be bountiful, and will have a continuance as a never-ending cycle of life. The expression of giving thanks will create harmony between all living things, and as a result, a great feeling of happiness will be enjoyed by all.
There's the eagle and other animals that somehow assuming the spirit or the shape or the motions of an animal can make us feel more connected to nature.
She had me flying like an eagle on a night where it just had rained, but yet the water was rushing by in a river and the stars were glowing overhead. And I transformed. And I realized that I transformed. The transformation was a thing of beauty.
You go and there's a creature that is waiting for you and smiling. It's very old and very wise, very loving. And it knows what's happening with you. It knows what you're wanting, something that you want so much. And it knows what is difficult for you, what is sad for you right now.
Unlike most programs, the story isn't made because a couple grown-ups think of it. The kids think of all these different characters. We usually start out with all these tons of different stories, and then we try to combine them.
We must transform it. We must change it. The humans have warped it too much for it to be absorbed as we usually do.
If we can't just get rid of it, we can change it.
Sure. I think they're all toxic waste. Yeah.
So you're what?
Barrel of toxic waste.
So you're a barrel of toxic waste?
And I can take that and glass and the toxic comes in.
And then all the grown-ups come in and they try to mix them together. They add some more ideas.
I am toxic waste. It's not my fault I am here. It's those who dump me you should fear.
All the kids say, I like this, but I don't like this, and we should add that to it, and this could happen. It's a collaboration.
Here, Elise or Judith, I'm not really sure, can come up and do her home, and then she can be like, bam, and she's like something humongous and sparkly and like amazing underneath.
I was a tree that housed these mushrooms that were very adorable. And I first was covered with water and I carried in the branch the wood, and then these mushrooms attached onto the branch that was a part of me. But then when the toxic waste was dumped, I got sicker and I became sort of the sick person who lived in the house.
Is theater and dance, visual arts, music, and very specifically from a therapeutic perspective for the individual and for the group.
Is an amazing place to feel held in a loving way and encouraged to explore one's creativity, and very respected and appreciated for the gifts we each bring. There really is a gratitude. It's really gratitude in action. It's a wonderful tool, the gathering in gratitude, a wonderful framework through which to enter and do some of the exploring about what is real for you, what resonates.
Journey of the inner that's brought out, and allowing yourself a rare opportunity to feel nature, be guided by a professional in drama therapy that understands the individual, gives this person space yet controls the situation, and comes out with an outstanding product every time.
That my idea was a cartwheel poem, and one girl, Hillary, started with a sentence, and then Lucy added a sentence, and we made it really simple, and they put it all together.
We are the mushrooms. We don't make toxic waste. You put some on our property and never gonna pay. Don't mess with us.
Mushrooms? Even though I love mushrooms, I don't have time. Sorry.
Somehow, in the end, all these characters interweave and tell a story. It's really amazing how everyone's own ideas get thrown into the pot and out comes this story that actually is really beautiful. It's really beautiful and very thought-provoking and very heart-provoking as well.
How do we feel about this? What will we do? I feel that we have been cleaning up after the humans' little trash for too long, and this is too much. This is an insult. We have never seen something like this before. I think we should find the human who dumped it and make him clean it up. I'm tired of cleaning up other people's messes. Well,
Ideas, and just because their idea isn't totally used, the energy of the idea is used. For example, one of the girls was a hummingbird, and we saw her energy like this on the first day. But then she turned into a valley girl. And so when she was a valley girl, there was a pink bow in her hair, and there was this kind of body language that happened and a way that she spoke that was kind of hummingbird-like, really. The idea is to include the essence.
I mean, it's like too much.
I know what you seek.
How can we get what we seek?
What you seek is within you.
Hippie. Look, I don't get it. We need straight answers. This is very urgent. We don't need something mixed in riddles.
And the stories are totally different every time, and also, like, the environmental part of it. It always has something to do with peace or, like, anti-war or being out in the wilderness or something like that. Or stop polluting. And I like the ecological part of it, too.
It's like a journey, you know. It starts out, we don't know where it's going to go, what's going to happen, what the story is, and the kids come in and they come up with these amazing stories that are really relevant to our times.
Because we will have to go away, underground, and stay there until the humans mend their ways and become one with nature.
God! Okay, stop.
So we are explorers, but we're not exploring Antarctica, we're exploring ourselves. And we're exploring ourselves through tuning in, listening, sensing, feeling, and being in the environment. But we play games outdoors, and we play in the trees, play with the chickens, play in the river, run around, laugh, sweat, and so the playfulness is important, and the spending time in nature and contemplating.
I had a lot of ideals that were going to how this process was going to happen. I thought, okay, this is going to happen this way, and it's going to happen this way. Well, really, none of that's happened, and it's been great, though. It's been really refreshing to, you know, to come into a place and open up your creativity, but also not get too attached to the outcome, which really the outcome is going to be beautiful.
El Señor, tan cerca siento su aliento, emociona su sudor, su movimiento me calienta.
just loved what Lucelena was doing with music, with sound, with movement. I found it to be something unique.
Close up. Ooh, the spiky little tail. Cool. Oh! Whew. That is awesome! Don't touch their tail! You're not touching their tail. That is awesome. They store a little water compartment and then launch it up at your face. They hit you in the eye. Totally awesome.
But I felt what she was doing was something that was linking this concept of gratitude to a creative practice, which had therapeutic overtones and was fun for children, and really followed the children too, which is another interesting aspect of the work. Sometimes it makes the work more difficult, but she's very true to the vision that the children bring. What we do when we're working together is we really listen to the children, and we listen to what they're coming up with, what's bubbling up in the young people. And then we're taking those concepts and building around them. So that's an exciting part of the process.
The goal is to involve community and many different generations of community. Not everyone understands this process. My father is an electrical engineer and I have no idea what he does, truly. It's okay that I don't understand, but we can still support each other. It's okay not to understand.
We need help from you! We need energy!
And many of the people that sort of are drawn to it are really just seeking a fresh way to interact. And there is a spirituality about it, but there's also just a very practical thing of getting together and having fun and moving your body, which all too few of us do these days. Moving your body and having a sense of freedom about singing, and it doesn't have to be a song. It can be just, you know, what's coming up between the people gathered.
The gathering gratitude really is about gratitude, and for each other, for the earth, for our leaders, for our friends. And, that's what gathering gratitude is, saying thank you.